Welcome to Omiya Station. Check it out. We are in Saitama. You can see the Shinkansen leaving up there. That's pretty cool. Omiya Station, the heart of Saitama. It's one of the big access points from Tokyo going to Tohoku and our destination for today. How you doing, everybody? It is a getting warmer, though still winter, February morning here, and I came here to film an event that was taking place in here with the station master and some of the staff from electronics company. Within an episode you'll see on the main channel really soon. Gotta be really quiet, but I want to take you around Omiya Station here. Now this is where I am in Tokyo. Check out the map here. I'm going to come out and see it's only about 45 minutes, 50 minutes on the local train from Tokyo Station. From Ueno is the big portal from Tokyo that takes you up to Tohoku, Saitama Station. Again, Saitama, it's not Tohoku, but it leads up that route. So the Tohoku Shinkansen, I believe, makes a stop here in Omiya, as well as a lot of the other Shinkansens that are heading north and northeast. It's a pretty big station. It's a pretty massive station. You can see the Omiya city itself around the station area is quite built up, very much like a lot of the Japanese prefectural capitals and a lot of places around Japan. Feels like Omiya is always growing. When Tokyo grows, Omiya grows, it feels like, because of its proximity, and it's a lot more livable than a lot of places in Tokyo, my Saitama friends say anyways. I think that's a railway museum, very famous place. I'm gonna go check that out one of these days as well. I didn't know there was a parking lot on the top of the station, which we can't see, but thanks for Google Maps, Google Earth for allowing me to see that, and you can see the proximity to Tokyo is not too far away. Exciting stuff. All right, let's walk around here. So this is the Ekimai area, and I think this is pretty good to see first. It's always very noticeable when you don't see Sega anymore. Instead, you see Gigo. Sega, the game centers were handed over to this company, which has actually been around for quite a long time. But Gigo is now, the red is now replaced with blue, and it's funny to see that over there. Puri, maybe that's Purikura. Most of those game centers are not actually game centers because of consoles. They're mostly UFO catchers, which are physical items, and Purikura, which are pictures. Those photo booths for the Purikura have really gotten a lot better since I came here 25 years ago, of course. There's a Sushiro as well. Very famous kaiten sushi chain. The taxis are down below. Now it's always funny that the walkways on the second floor are so much more convenient than walking ground level, because you don't have to cross the street. Because there's so many pedestrians walking around, particularly most major Japanese stations, they'll have this kind of walkways above the station area. There's the big Omiya sign up on the roof of it. That's the Japanese kanji for Omiya. And you can see the station sign. This goes back all the way to the 1950s, I bet. The line over the O means that it's an OO, double O, which means big in Japanese. Omiya. Tokyo. Tokyo. The Disney store is here. So is McDonald's. I can smell it. I remember going to a city in Italy, like in 1997, in Siena, I think, just a small town, and you could smell McDonald's. They put it right near the train station. It kind of like, oh gosh, it's one of those things you can't escape. It was funny to see that in the little teeny town of Siena, McDonald's. Now here's the ground level. The walkway does look quite retro, like it was put in the 1980s. You can tell because of all the metal that they have in the railings and the design of, this is what they thought the future was back in the past. The future looked like this. Which is kind of cool. Yeah, this looks like bubble era stuff. Hey, it still works. Let's see what we can find around the station area here. There's already a Lions, which is the baseball team. Saitama Seibu Lions. It is getting chilly with the sun gone. Nothing interesting except for the wrapping of it. I guess they play in the Saitama Dome. Oh, check that out. That's kind of funny. You see them? That dude's climbing the wall. We'll walk out here. Yeah, the Saitama Dome, I don't know, I think that's in Omiya, right? It's a pretty big dome. A lot of conventions and things like that have taken part here. Palace Hotel Omiya. Wow. This does look like the future. Look how clean it is. It is so clean. Beautiful blue sky, but it is getting pretty chilly here. I'm gonna walk over to this square in front of the Palace Hotel, which is a park. That's right. SDF YouTube writes it here, live in One Punch Land. Very much so. Kind of trying to stay warm, so you gotta keep moving. You don't hear those chirping very much in the city of Tokyo. They don't, in the countryside, in the rural areas, they still play the music, but do you know that song? Dun, 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 dun. They don't play that here, but I still hear it in the countryside, but I don't hear it in Tokyo. And they do that so they allow people that are hearing impaired to be able to know when to cross the street. The songs signify east and north, south, east, and west, so they know which side is crossing when they play a certain tune. I thought that was interesting history, but I don't hear them that often anymore. The Sogo department store, I think, went bankrupt ages ago, so a lot of them are still around, but the buildings don't look like they're being taken care of very well. Department store is not really big anymore, thanks to Amazon and Rakuten and some of the other online sellers. All right, look at this. Saitama has rental bicycles in Omiya. This is different than the Docomo ones in Tokyo. 15 minutes for 70 yen, 12 hours city. And I bet you don't have to go too far to get out into the outskirts and check it out. I guess this is for accessibility. This is great. So if you could either walk up the steps or you could take the ramp if you have a bicycle or a wheelchair. And because it wraps around, the grade is not too bad. That's good. I noticed that there's a lot of accessibility changes that happened in the city around the station here, which is good. I'm seeing a lot more elevators, a lot more ramps like this, so people can get up and down more easily. I think that's a great thing. We didn't see it in Japan for the longest time. So you can see mountains over there. Wow. The only mountain we see from Tokyo is Fujiyama. Sometimes on a clear day from certain angles. Yeah, I like it from above than down below. It's a lot better up here. I think there's a bunch of people who have lived in Saitama that are watching this. I love taking a look at some of these stations, coming back and revisiting them, because things change so fast and they become something of a like archive of how Japan looked 10, 15, 20 years ago. There's the Shinkansen leaving. Did you see that? Is that the Hokuriku Shinkansen? That's the E2, I think. How you doing, Jason, that artist? John is trying to stay warm. Look at that. They put the nettings on the, is that for the snow or for the birds? The nets on the trees here. Osaka is good for accessibility too. I think when the expo was announced about 5 years ago, they really started to ramp up, so to speak, the accessibility challenges that they'd had previously, and that's a great thing. The Olympics and the Paralympics brought in a lot of really positive changes in that respect to Tokyo, the city. A lot of stations that never had elevators or ramps, they now have it, and that's it makes it a lot more accessible for sure, because if you're coming to visit Japan in a wheelchair, it's actually a pretty good time now, because even 5 years ago it was a lot more challenging. There's still some challenges, of course, but in those cases it's a good idea to use Google Maps. There's this telephone number for every train station, and you can give them a call and they'll be there to welcome you. It's kind of like VIP service, I always say, and they'll be able to help you get on and off the train if you were to need it, especially if you were a solo traveler. And I've met a lot of people in wheelchairs that came here as solo travelers. You can do it, but you need a little bit of patience, I think. And if you can't speak Japanese, you really need a little bit of patience, but it can be done. In some of the alleys around the stations, you'll find, there's a Natural Lawson's down there. You'll find a lot of the nightlife in the alleyways. I think seems like it'd be more on the other side, but I'm not too sure about it. Sam Gardner's here. Thank you, Sam. We're trying to stay warm up here. Saitama buses there. I don't think Omiya has a subway. The buses are the only way to get around. Reds is here. John, I love these walk-in streams. I'm glad that you're watching. Where are you guys watching from? Let me know. I always love to see. That's an easy one for you if you've never commented in a live stream before. Just writing where you're from. It's kind of neat to see. We have people watching from all over the world, which is cool. Look at that waffle. These things are often quite significant. And I don't know what the artwork is. They become meeting places. And this one looks like a waffle on a stick. Wow, Indiana, Germany, New York City. Chan, of course, in the trunk. Here comes another that looks like another E2 Shinkansen up there. Carlos is writing in here. Koji writing, Omiya is like a second home to me. It's a really nice station. Let's go inside, just take a quick look-see inside the station from the main entrance. It goes east-west, and I'll take you from one side to the other. We'll just do a walk-through. The station map is here. The JR East Railway Omiya General Rolling Stock Center. Okay, so that's what that building was. I wonder where I guess the Rail Museum is over here as well. Space Theater, awesome! Space Theater. This is the Sonic Center Citizens Hall, and there's a junior high school up here. And down there's not too much. Takashimaya on the other side, which is a department store. They always have these blood drives too, which is good. Nice to see that they're... I have I think it was like one of Kanai's uncles gives blood, and he has a card. He's a gold member of the Giving Blood group. They have card-carrying members. That's kind of cool. Like, we get some privileges for doing a good thing. That's always nice. Reward people for doing good stuff. So there's the entrances to the JR, the North Gate and the South Gate on the other side. I like this information guide that goes around the wheel there. That's kind of neat. I haven't seen that before. Mada abunai to kanjita. Just kind of like public service announcements there. Doraemon. Oh, there's the Mado no Midori no Mado. So they're trying to do everything by machines, so people don't go into these as much. These machines here, you could do a lot of stuff. I think you've seen online, if you ever have to do the call button, if you do it, they'll open up this window and a guy's head will pop out, which is so cool. But if you can't speak, there's a button for the Japan Rail Pass here, so you can do it in English, and it'll let you know all the information that you need to do. You can reserve tickets, trains for the Nozomi, and everything can be done here. So if you have a GR Rail Pass, no problem. To get to Tokyo from here is pretty cheap. In 2025, Tokyo Station, Akihabara's 490 yen, Tokyo Station's 580 yen. You could walk that from Kanda and save 90 yen. And you'd be officially a cheapskate like me. I've done that before. It's like, I can just walk it, it's 10 minutes, save 90 yen. I don't think it makes you cheapskate, it makes you economical. And an active person, which is good stuff. Oh look, they do have these stamp rallies in the station. It's that you were here in Saitama. I got nothing to stamp, but you can see. Oh, there's a train, a Shinkansen on there. That's pretty cool. And there's some ink here, so you can stamp a piece of paper or a brochure. I don't want to waste it, but it'll look like that, which is an awful mess. They've got a lot. I'll show you a QR code for this, but they have some online stuff. They're always doing these campaigns, and Omiya is promoting itself as the railway town. So I guess because they have the railway museum here, there's a lot of stuff going on inside of Omiya and Omiya Station in regards to the trains. Oh, hey, they got a Beams over there. There's always a shopping mall. Beck's Coffee is a JR branded cafe. You can get bowls of, inside the station, get bowls of curry, udon, and soba from the vending machines here. Oh look, it's in English as well. Wow. You can do anything in English here. That's as far as the English goes. I don't know, I would recommend the tempura. Oh, chikuwa is always good. 590 yen.
The transaction has been canceled.
And they have little pictures of what they look like here. Ooh, that korokke looks good. You can get if you have a cat, you can get these little rabbit hats for your cat. They're 400 yen. Oh, they're sold out. Oh, that's so cute. I don't have a cat, but I could get it for Peter. Well, that's not as cute. That's funny. Here's the big, this is one of the meeting spots. You see, it looks like a, I don't know, what is this called? Hold on a second. Mame no ki. So it's the mame no ki, or mame no, the tree of mame. I don't know, the tree of mame. It looks like a DNA structure or something like that. A lot of people will meet around this. It's a big meeting spot here. Here's a central south gate for the station, and up above there is a pretty neat place. That Starbucks is kind of neat. It's a nice property. It looks down on the station, you can see, so you get a pretty good view, bird's eye view of all the people. You could do a time lapse from up there or something. That's kind of neat. And on the other side is a north entrance, so it takes you to the same platforms. The platform is up above, so that's why. I believe it's up above, yeah. Or is it down below? Can't recall. For the record, this should help you out navigating Omiya Station. Just take a screenshot if you need it. Here's the entrance to the Starbucks on the right side there. Escalator up. All right, let's go take a look-see and what's on the other side of the station. As everyone's going this way. For me, I always look out the window. This looks so different. This is a different world. The other side is not as built up as the other side. This side has a lot more character. There's a Takashimaya department store. As you can see, the weather is blue skies, but quite chilly. There's a member of the JEA, the cleaning staff. They do such a great job. If you haven't seen the video that I made on it, cleaning Ueno Station from morning to night, it's amazing how they keep the Japanese stations so clean in Tokyo. All right, let's go down. I saw like a Shoten guy down there. So, Moss Cafe. This is the east exit north. It's literally east exit north side. And it's certainly a different vibe on this side. I kind of like this side better. I love this right here. Check this out. It's a phone bank. I love this. You're not gonna see this too many places anymore. Across the street from the station. Japan still has their phone banks. That's awesome. NTT rocking it. In order to use these, you can use coins now, or card. I always used these cards before, but I don't think 10 yen buys you a lot of time here. Phone booths were really nasty because they'd put all these ads for girls. They'd cover their eyes like this and put pictures with a phone number. So for a good time, call this number. I never did it. Of course not. All right, let's go take a quick look-see down the Shoten guy. Suzuran Dori. All right, quick look-see at Suzuran. I haven't been here for a very long time. a covered Shotengai. There's a lot of restaurants in here. Look at that over here. It's kind of closed off, but there's a shrine. Kind of a ruins. Gotta fix that up. It's got like an old retro vibe to it with the covered streets these are called Shotengai. Before the shopping mall, this is where people would go. It was covered from the hot sun and also from the rain. But now they feel really retro. Savage Gamer 88, thank you for being a traveler for 6 months. Much appreciated. All right, so there you go. There's a Gindako takoyaki place. There's an Otoya. That chain is really popular, Otoya right there. And Marugame Seimen, which is the udon shop. They're always loading up some pretty good udon. They sometimes have really funny campaigns. They had these they had these donuts. Do you see that? Made from udon donuts, which is just basically dough. And here's a donuts, chocolate flavored donuts made from the dough that they would make the udon from. So that's kind of cool. Marugame is in Kagawa Prefecture down in Shikoku Island. Kagawa Prefecture is the smallest prefecture in Japan. Otoya. That's right, Otoya. Like Omiya. So this is looking back at Saitama Station. It's Internet Cafe. Wow. And there's the old facade of the Takashimaya department store. Ramen places are open for breakfast. It's before 10 a.m. and they're doing a pretty good business. The internet cafes, I don't know, I think they're just kind of nasty places now. They're usually places where you can go in, and if you miss your last train, you can get some sleep in there, rent out a booth. Mambo is a company. I filmed inside of one of these in Shibuya like 14 years ago. And the cost is pretty reasonable. Check it out. You can get 6 hours for 2,400 yen, or 9-hour pack for just 400 yen more. So you can get a pretty good sleep. And even if it's in the afternoon, you get jet lag, you want to take a 3-hour nap, you can come in here and read manga for 3 hours. All the way up to 24 hours for 5,000 yen. That's a little bit much. But if you do it at night, it's 8-hour pack. It's a little bit cheaper for weekday nights. So they have some deals. Excuse me. Yeah, you know, I once missed my train, and I remember I asked a police officer what I should do. That's what you do if you're ever in any trouble. I walked into a koban, and he said, go to a manga cafe. That's what he told me. I go, okay. So he pointed one on the map, and that's what I did until the first train This was years ago. See, this is, the game centers have turned into this. Do you see this? They're just kind of like UFO catchers and these kinds of things in this like hot pink color. It really does draw you. Big windows so you can see inside there. But a lot of these game centers, they would have had video games down the first floor, but not anymore. It's interesting. Now it's all open windows and a lot of UFO catchers, which I don't know. I just have never played them. I have played them, but I never really play them. Like really, if I see them, hey, I want to try a UFO catcher. I just don't do that. They're not quite open yet. Things don't open until like 11, which is weird. Oh, look at the old Omiya station sign. I love that they don't really change it. It looks like it's been changed or cleaned up a little bit, but they keep it without the lights. Very retro. I love it. This is the backside of Omiya Station, which is a big station, but it's so retro looking on this side, right? Is the word vintage maybe? It certainly looks like old Japan here. Oh, I can cross. Oh. Gotta be careful. McDonald's has these self-checkout booths now. See inside of there. Makes it easier because it could change the menu to English, and you have a lot less problems with communication. But they're doing a really good job, McDonald's Japan, with their campaigns. This is the New York barbecue beef and cheese. That looks pretty good. Look at the bun. This is the new juicy chicken. Look at that sauce coming out there. McDonald's, you're doing a good job. The lemon tartar shrimp. Wow. And you know, they make ebikatsu so good. Good job, McDonald's. Bring in some New York. I don't know, but everybody who comes here says that McDonald's in Japan is just so much better than in the United States. It's believable. No, I can't see the ramen in a can. Always looking for it. They're in the sun vending machines, not the Coca-Cola ones. So. All right, this looks like more the entertainment area. Wow, look at all those signs. It's very bright, vibrant down there. Yeah, nothing. Peach, white peach. Polka. It's maybe one of the, not quite as popular as the Georgia for coffee. All right, let's go back into the station. It's kind of chilly. Look at this bike. So look at this, the nifty light that they have. It's lit up. Looks retro and modern at the same time. It's kind of cool. So I've seen the mailbox here. Those red mailboxes, the staple of Japan Post. I was reading on was it NHK, that a lot of these stations out in the countryside, they have these white boxes, and people would put their adult material in there, like as trash can, instead of the normal trash cans, so kids don't get their hands on it apparently, and they're getting rid of those boxes around Japan. So only a few stations have them. So I'm always on the lookout for those. I didn't even know about it until last year. It was just something that was held over from the 1980s or something. I guess people had a lot of that kind of material back then. Maybe less now. But there you go. Omiya Station. Yeah, like it's very, you'd have to know about it in order to take advantage of it, of course, but they'd have these white boxes where you put it inside of there. Eat real tonkotsu ramen in Tokyo, but this is Saitama. But the name of their place is Tokyo. So, eat it in Tokyo. You don't need to come to Saitama. Spicy miso tonkotsu. Wow, that looks really good. Nice scene from Omiya Station. All right, let's go back up into the station. Nice and warm up there. Again, I'm really loving the digital menus here. Oh, it's gone. It's like, I guess the menu was not there to last very long. Oh, it's gone again. Digital signage. Wow. So I hope you guys are enjoying the Saitama Station street view. Yeah, if you liked it, make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to check out my latest video. You're gonna like this one. It's not a re-upload. This is a brand new episode on the Naked Man Festival. This one is actually gonna be taking place again in March. I was sitting on it for almost a year, but it's getting, the comments in there are really funny. But the history and the culture behind it, if you want to see rural Japan, this is the way you do it, by watching an episode like this, by doing an event like this. And you really have to be pretty brave to do something like this. If I don't say so myself, I was pretty brave. I've done 4 of it. Thanks, Nightbot, for sharing the channel. I've got a main channel. This is my live streaming channel. My main channel, I had to restart it in 2020, and there's still people who haven't subscribed to the new channel saying, I haven't seen your stuff for years. And I'm like, well, make sure you're subscribed to the new one. We can see where we are here. There's Tokyo Station. That's where I'm going to be going to. And we are all the way, I got to pull back a ways up here to Omiya. So it's kind of a straight shot. But there are a lot of train lines in Tokyo, you can see here. A lot. David Kimura, thank you. You know, David, I'm actually, David, thank you for that. I'm actually looking for amarin. The most delicious strawberries in Japan. There's almost 300 varieties of strawberries, if you can believe it, in Japan. The most delicious one, and won the Grand Prix in December, was Saitama. Amarin, A-M-A-R-I-N is the variety. So I'm looking for that. So David, I'm gonna try to bring that back. I'm gonna go look for it in the department store before I head back in there. Really appreciate it. It's always great to see you, David. There you go. Saitama is the train city of Japan. Self-proclaimed. Railway town, sorry. Railway town. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. It was kind of fun to walk around and check out Omiya. I think this is a really livable place, and a lot of you who are watching probably going down memory lane, walking through the station, seeing some of the changes that are happening. These areas are always changing every 5 years. I say, like, you could revisit a place and you can see so many differences, especially if you're going to Shibuya now, if you're going to Tokyo, absolutely. I'll see you in another episode probably around Tokyo tomorrow. Actually, no, we're going to Nagano tomorrow, so I'll be taking you with me on this channel. Make sure you subscribe to the mountains, and maybe we'll see some snow. I can only hope. I can only hope. All right, guys, see you from Saitama. Mata ne.